Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Wait a minute, ah. Kaligo ka sa CTF, sabog sa ano. Okay, so okay, could you see my screen, ah? Okay. Hello. So, musta man inyong ano? Musta man ang inyong acquaintance? Nagpadayon pa mo sa foam party? Boy bubbles, day? Di na nahimong foam party? Nahimo na lang ano? Oy, sayang. Gibayaran na ba to? Refund dapat ano? Okay. So now we will continue with our topic. Okay. So again, our topic is still about IP addressing. So we discussed this one last meeting. So let's continue. We and until the classes of ano IP address, IP classes. So okay. Now okay. Now we know that each classes have different ranges. No classes with sorry classes with range from 0 to 127 are called the class A with subnet with 8 subnet masks. For class B, again we have 128 to 191. Then for class C, 192 to 223. Then D, 224 to 239. Then for E, 240 to 255. So again, let's let's refresh what we discussed last meeting. So for those classes having a class A, so the first 8 bits, so meaning meaning first 8 bits. So first 8 bits is for example here. This is the first 8 bits, okay? That is the first 8 bits, okay? So next that is for the class A and the remaining 24 bits represent the host part. So kini this 8 plus 8 16 plus 8 24. So the next 3 represents pila ka host. So for the class B na part, okay, sorry. For the class B na part, okay. For the class B na part, okay. For the class B na part, that is 16-bit, meaning ang first niya, okay. So ang first two niya, that is the network, and the next two is the user. That is for the class B. And for the class C, 24, so kining tulo represents the network, And the last one, this one, represents the user. Okay, mao na siya. So, which this follows the different subnet mask. Oh, sorry. So, this follows the different subnet mask. This one. So, for class A, since 8, the first 8, so 255, the first 2, that is the first 16, and the first 24 for class C. Okay. Next is, that is just a review of what we done last week. So now let's go with some more in-depth understanding of these IP addresses. So let's say we have an IP address of 10.50.120.7. So we know if we have the first part 10, meaning 0 to 127. 0 to 127. So nasod siya sa class A, di ba? So the first one, nasod siya sa class A. So class A ni siya, meaning this IP address is a class A IP address. So the first number, which is 10, represent the network part. So network. So mani ang address sa network niya. So while the remainder of the address represents the host part, the 50.120.7. This means that in order for the device to be on the same network, the first number of their IP address has to be the same. Okay, remember this one. Kung mag-network DI ka para, 'di ba, ang uban maglibog ba no? Pag mag-static IP sila la, dili lagi ko ka-ping sa aning gi-set up na ko network. Oo, dili ka ka-ping if you do not belong to the network na gi-create nimo. So, kung mag-create kag network, make sure that your PC or your mga host na belong siya sa imuhang network. So like for example, this. So in this case, a device, okay? So any device with an IP address of 10.47.8.4 is on the network or same network of the as the device with the IP address ani. So kay ang ilahang network address is the same, which is 10. Okay? So kinilang device is ang iyahang host number is 47.8.4. Okay? But they belong to the same network. Okay? So kung router pa na siya, switch pa na siya, ang gingani mo ana that 10 10 ang network niya 10.50.120.7 mao nang name sa network kung nakay gi-connect ana dapat ang iyang IP address nag-start pod og 10. Okay? Dili siya pwede og 11. Like for example this. The device with the IP address 11 or any 543 is not on the same network. Mura ka og nagamaog agianan, giingnan nimo ang usa ka device nimo, okay. Dapat magparihas moagi ka aning path. But you delineate and put an address 11. So obviously, they will not meet or the device will not pass through the path that is intended for that device. Okay? So, if you want to use the static address, make sure na pareha sila og network address. Nagkasinabot? Nagets? Ha? Nakuha? So, kung mo gamit di ita, kinahanglan nga ang network nato is naadjud ana. Sir, na ako'y question. Okay, ako na yung question sa ako galingan ako. Na ako'y question, sir. Kanang mga IP address, sir, kanang like 10.50. Ana, dili na siya mahurot, sir. Ang IP address, sa kadaghang IP address, sir, di ka na mahurot. Okay. Ang IP address, kung gamito na sa tanang unique na kada PC nato, then mahurot ang IP address. Okay? That's why there is called a private IP address. Later, we will discuss what is private IP address. And what is this local IP addresses. Like for example, IP address for Facebook. Okay, let's try. Okay, I've tried it ganiha. So, okay, can you still see my screen? Ay, okay. So, ping, for example, Facebook. I don't know the IP address of Facebook. Facebook.com. So since I have an internet, I am expecting to get a reply from Facebook. Okay? It's just like clicking the Facebook and there's something popping up or ang iyahang wall or iyahang Facebook na design GUI should appear. But here I'm just pinging whether there's a feedback that I could connect to Facebook. So ping Facebook. If you could see, there's a reply from Facebook, meaning it has a reply from 31 13 77 35, meaning this is the IP address of Facebook. Last time 75 man siguro ni nag-change man siguro sila. So 31 13 77.35. That's IP address of Facebook and no one could use that one. Huh? Sir, kung nag-ingon ka na what if kung magama kog network sir? Unya mo complicate sa Facebook. Syempre, you will not have a reply. Okay? Mahitabo nga ang network nimo ma-invalidate siya. That's why there is the one we call private IP address. Okay, later we will discuss that one. Unsaon nato para dili siya mag-complicate. Like for example, ping google.com. So the Google have its own IP address also. Okay? Napod siya kaugalingong IP address. Okay? So mo na siya. So if you could see direct na siya no. So paspas siya. So from there, you could ping anything and you will get different IP addresses. Like for example, ping, let's say, let's see if that is the IP address. Okay, so this is the IP address for the website universityofbohol.edu.ph. So you have this one. No, that's the unique IP. So therefore, na yung mga IP nga ranges nga dili nato pwede i-dwell ana. Okay, kung mag-set up kag normal na mga network. Mo nang I think last time naka-ask ko ninyo, why sir, kung makitan lagi na mo sa mga network sir kay mag-start mi kanunay og 192. Okay, 192 is one of the example of private network. Okay. So before we go to other topics, let's go slowly. Okay, basi malahi na ako ma-discuss, masobraan na ta. Okay, moabot ra lagi ta na karon. Okay. So next, we have a 172.16.55.13. That's still an IP address, di ba? What class is that? Obviously, that belongs to class B. Okay? So, 172 belongs to class B. Suit pa siya sa range sa 128 to 191. So, meaning, IP address having a 172 belongs to IP class B. So, the first two numbers, since IP class B man ta, meaning it state here that the first 16-bit or first two number represent the network part. So if you have an IP address within the within the range of the class B, therefore the first two numbers or 16 bits is our network. And the one that is connected, the device that will be connected to that network should contain the same network address. Nagkasinabot? Gets? Nagets ba? Good. Okay. So, for example, so we have we have a device. So na device ta na gi-connect sa router or any network nato na ay IP address na 172.16.55.13. Nag-connect ta og for example PC, Wi-Fi, a router or another router, okay? Or any device na gi-connect nato, a laptop or since karon wireless naman no, so mag-need tag router for wirelessly transmitting that network. So from there, pag transfer nato ana, that device should have the first two numbers or 16 bits. 16 bit kay kada dot, okay, sa number before the dot contains 16 ka 1. Okay? So that is 16 bits. That 1 or 0, 16 bits. So that's why the first 16 bits is the network. So kung magkonekta ani si 172.16.254.3 belongs to the same network. Otherwise, if you put on your device na IP address is 172.55.54.74 with regardless to the last 16 bit, ang imuhang first 2 bit is not the same as your network device, then it means that ning simang siya og tulay, ning simang sa agianan. So, dili jud siya mabilong anang network. So, kung maamang gali ka ipada na data, dili jud na siya moabot. Okay? Kung tulay pa na siya, na dapat mo end sa destination, ning lahi man siya og path, obviously, sa lain mo abot ang imuhang data. Or, worst, dili ka ka-connect. Mao na mahitabo, for example, let's say, ning crash down si o sa ka website nimo or Facebook or any website. Ang unsa may mahitabo, the the IP address is not now searchable. Meaning, wala na siya mabilong to a certain network. And naputol man ang linya. So pag search, pag ikaw pag access nimo sa Facebook, mulabay ka sa path sa agianan na gidestin nimo. Unya kay pag call adto kay wala man siya sa destination. So ang reply is timeout. So that is the result na makita nato. Mo timeout siya. For example, can I ping okay. Okay, let's say I put 169. Although here naka-wireless ko, naka-auto maning ako ang naani sa akong shop. So, let's try if magana siya. So, timeout. If you could see, the network na ako is should belong to 192.168. Ako ang router na aning kilid, na ako'y router ana, akong router belongs to a network na 192. Oh, 192.168. So, nausab man siya. So, actually, that is called private network. Nausab man siya. Wala siya misod. So, since wala siya misod, wala siya wala siya kay Pao kung nag-search siya ana wala may sod ning agiana wala may endpoint ni siya, so mao na siya mahitabo timeout. So mao na kung mag-troubleshoot ta, pag ping nato sa IP address kunya mag-troubleshoot ta, dili lagi ni siya ka internet. So i-ping nimo, i-check nimo una unsay IP address ato. Kung naka same network mo, i-ping siya. So kung in case dili nimo siya maping, tanawa ang linya, okay? Tanawa ang linya. Tagsaan na siya kung pag-ping nimo, ikaw dili ka ka-connect niya, posible imuhang linya na diferensya. Or kung dito ka sa laing PC, ana nimo makita ang linya niya dahil depression. Basin ang iyang cable wala na tarong, ang wireless niya lahi ang network na destinations. So mo nang dili jud siya ka internet. So this ato ang discussion understanding the IP address is the same way of understanding pag troubleshoot kung magka-problema ta sa atong network. Okay? So ato ang gibuhat ani is not just learning the IP address, how to solve IP address, because by learning this, you will know how to troubleshoot the network itself. Okay? So, okay, let's cut. Okay, ping ko University of Board. So, ping 192.168 dot within range. What's my IP address? I have an IPv4 of a range until 254. Okay. 254124. Oops, 254. Let's say 2. So wala okay. So destination unreachable. Dili siya timeout. Destination unreachable meaning since ga wireless man ko no, pasabot na siya reply na available ang kanang IP ha, kanang linya ha. Okay, kung wireless pa, available na siya pero walay nag-connect. Okay? Walay naka-feedback. So, walay naka-feedback. So, kung gusto ko na ako mag-feedback, kinanglan ko mapanog IP address akong usa ka device. So, let's just say
Momse, Momse, what is this for? Momse, don't open it. Momse, why is something right over there?
okay. So, this IP address contains a device. Okay. And this device replies to me. Okay? Ning reply siya. So, mo na siya pasabot. Okay? So, just ping the IP address of that PC or device or phone or laptop to check whether may connection. Like for example, may ingon siya og low ako internet. Obviously kay bao na ta wala tay connection. Let's say you nagping ka. Okay, naka-reply man siya. Meaning wala dyan internet connection. Na kay linya, you connected with the internet, but the network, you connected with the network, but there's no internet from the internet service provider. Okay? But kung unreachable, meaning there's some network that is not used. Okay? On timeout, wala na siya. Okay? You do not belong to the same network. You are calling something that is far beyond the network. Okay, nagkasinabot. Hopefully, with that, started your imagination how to troubleshoot a network. Okay? So now, so you need to remember, okay, so since we have a different class of IP address, we also have a classless. So, wala siya'y class, pasabot i-modified siya. That is called the CIDR. Wait a minute, ha. 01. Okay. So, that is called the CIDR or classless interdomain routing. Okay? If that doesn't belong to any classes, so nakay modify. Okay. So for example, class kay bao kang class B siya pero gi manipulate nimo ang second 16 bit. So it could be the classless na interdomain or routing. So there are special IP address, okay? There are special IP address na mga range that are used for special purpose. So na yung mga special purpose na IP address. For example, 0.0.0.0.8 or /8. So meaning ang first 8 na 16 bits classless na siya pasabot gi-manipulate nimo. Okay. So these address are used to communicate with local network. So ang topic na po nato karon mga local network, especially kung mag-upload kag website no, dapat makakonect siya sa local host niya. So let's look here. So So from here, another example of a special IP address ranges are 127.0.0.0/8. That is a loopback address. So what is a loopback address? So a loopback address is a special IP address. Okay? So a special IP address where it is reserved by Inter-INC or NIC, sorry, for use of testing a network card. So naman tayo mga network card, no? So kung mo feedback siya sa kaugalingon niya. So, if we use the IP address 127.0.0.1, we are pertaining to IP version 4. Diba? We have two different versions of IP. IP version 4 and IP version 6. So, if here, uh, sa di na injecting malware akong gibuhat kay pangbaraw ra gud pod. Okay. Okay. So, for example, I have a Wi-Fi connections. I have a local network connection here. So I could plug from my router or I could have those router to connect using Wi-Fi. So from here, let's say when you go properties, you have two different versions of IP. So IPv6 and IP version 4. Okay? So there are two versions. So to test your sir, unsa man ako pag-test ang network card if okay or dili? Unsa man ninyo pag-test kung ang inyong network card okay or dili? Number one, sir, makakonect og internet, obviously. So kung makakonect kag internet, obviously your network card is working. But what if when you buy it, wala pa connect sa internet, you try to test it if it's okay. It's just simply pinging that IP address. So to ping in your IP version 4, so you use ping 127.0.0.1, meaning it is pinging IP version 4 network adapter if mo feedback siya. So pag maingon ko sa akong network sa akong PC na or sa imong device ha, pag ping na ko ani, oy, Josh. Okay. So pag ping na ko ani, if mo reply gani siya, ang meaning ang network adapter is working. If not, bisan pag wa ko'y connect sa internet ha, dapat mo reply siya. Kung di siya mo reply, ana ni mo maibawaan ang network adapter daot. Di ba? Naiuban mo ingon nga, kuyawa si Joshua. So, kung mag-ayo mo, for example, mag-ayo mo computer, di siya ka-connect og internet. E-test ninyo, kung sa may diferensya ani ha? So, obviously, you check the network card. If you receive a reply, your network card is okay. Maybe in the setup lang, dahil na-disable. Okay? But if your network card doesn't reply, it's either you need to update the driver for your network card or wala siya driver or physically daot na imuhang network card. Nagets? Good. So at least na namoy mga naibawaan ha na anam-anam sa networking. Okay. So more on troubleshooting ni siya na because knowing IP address will help you troubleshoot the problem in your computers, especially in our network. So, karon since ning reply man akong PC no, meaning ako ang network adapter is okay. Obviously, I can talk to you if my network adapter is not working. So that is checking your IP version 4. If you want to check your IP version 6, you do this ping colon colon 1. Okay? That is how you test a loopback. So you send and it will be feedbacking to you. Okay, since there's a reply, therefore it is okay. I gets that is for IP version 6. So if you want, you could also do this. Okay, ping local host. Okay, ping local host. This is another way of showing a loopback that is working for IP version 6. Okay? But the difference here is it shows the device name. Okay? It is the device name. I-appear. Comparing to the ping colon colon 1, it doesn't show the device name. But if you use ping localhost, kung na may computer sa inyo, you should try pinging your you will ping localhost, you will see the name of the device. It's laptop. I have this one, IQLN offs. Piyo kayong name sa akong laptop, no? So, mao na siya. So, although the functionality is the same, it's just the naming here, it just shows the label or the name of my PC or my laptop. Okay? Uh-huh. Did I forget something else? Okay. Ping localhost, ping local, loopback, then setting up server. So, muna siya example. Kung mag-type ka og ping localhost, would ping the local IP address of 127 and the loopback address. So, loopback when setting up a web server or software on the web server. So, 127.0.0.1 is used to point the software na gibuhat nimo to your local machine. Okay? So, para ma-point niya adto. So, kay kung dili siya ma-point ana, obviously, kung namoy web, dili manggawas ng inyohang design. So, mga mabungkag ang itsura sa inyong web. Okay. So, mo na pag-test ninyo kung okay ba siya. Kay, kung dili nyo i-test, dito sa dahil nyo upload, pwede raman po, upload, pagkaw man, dili mo work, so edit mo ka. Okay. Which address is a loopback address? So, for the Internet Protocol or IP specifies that a loopback network with IP version 4 has this IP address 127.0.0.0, which is for broadcast mo na siya. So, and most implementations support a loopback interface to represent the loopback facility. So, here we have a video. Okay, you could watch it. Okay. So, but again, most of it are the same what I've done. So, kana lang kung gusto niyo mo view. Next is for another special IP address. So this is the 169.254.0.0 slash 16. Pasabot the 16 bits part niya is manipulated. So this IP address is for the link local address. So that is for the IP address for the link local. So in computer networking, link local address is a network address that is valid for only communications. Okay, putol sa klase. Hello? Oh my God!